On May 8th, 2009, our mom set up our YouTube channel, called, at the time, Arturelia. When she created this account, the first few videos that she put up was some of the projects that I actually worked on that same year, a month before. They were just called War. That was the title. War 1, War 2, War 3, and War 4, where I basically used clips of our old home videos along with new recordings that same year to make us act like we're fighting enemies from either the Revolutionary War or World War II, Band of Brothers. I did make War 5 that same year, but in the end I never released it until 2016, cause, well, yeah. But this is where it all started for our channel. Soon, I, alongside my sister, started uploading our videos from then on. However, I wanted this channel to go somewhere, but I really didn't know what, where to start, or where I wanted to go with it. I was, at the time though, wanting to put up some gameplays, and heck, even an Inuyasha episode that was broken into parts, though obviously copyright purposes. Stop that.
Before I left the channel, I was too young to create my own channel, so I had to do with what I had at the time. I just uploaded random animation videos before I started making animation skits, speed paints, and AMVs.
I just made some short videos. Not as much as my sister though at the time. So I worked on little projects here and there with Movie Maker. Though once 2010 came around, this is when I started making some short skits with my cousin. Through 2010, most of our stuff were just skits. My cousin would do crazy things in the videos.
As for me, in 2010, I was getting up more videos than my brother. Soon I started on AMVs, animation skits, and more. The skits were just based off of my toys most of the time, just in animation.
Still though, it was mostly just gameplays and the skits at this point, since we were still fairly new. When 2011 came around, more gameplays, yada yada yada, but during May through December and early January, I was making a stop-motion animation video of Nazi zombies from the radios you hear through Dairies in Call of Duty World at War. On January 8th, 2011, I released the video, which my family enjoyed it, but it would also be a hit in the future to come. It would later grow that year, and now it's up to like thousands of views as of this video, and it's still making views to this day. But through 2011, there wasn't much of ideas in mind. For me, it was just more of gameplay, while my sister was just doing drawing and animation. When 2012 came around, I started using a new program and, well, used it for testing stuff, editing, and I uploaded some stuff, and still did videos with my cousin here and there. But at that time, my sister was already making her own original series, or an animation series called Sally and Chica. That same year, my sister turned 13 and she soon left the channel, as I wanted her to leave the channel earlier. However though, with her leaving the channel, this would soon backfire on me for the rest of the years to come, and for the channel. Once Aurelia left, I uploaded things once in a while, fun projects, maybe one of my old stop motion videos which I'm still going through as of today. But in September of that year, I started a new show which was named after the channel itself, the Arturelia Show. While she later showed up in the second episode, I would start something with this. The show was going to be a talk show where we talked about entertainment and sports, which introduced the Sad Robber and the Crazy 3 clones, later 4 in the 2014 reboot. It wouldn't be until 2014 that I would reboot it due to some stuff not matching up with the second episode, actually the first. When 2013 came around, there wasn't really much. I did edit some videos, but I never uploaded them to YouTube. But I was doing a very long project with my sister. But the first thing I did was a fun dub project. But through that year, we were doing a fun dub project that ended until April of 2014. And that's when I started releasing them up on Facebook. The only problem about the dub, with uploading it on YouTube, I will get back to that in a sec.
We lost him again.
Hey, wait!
Back to 2013 though, we did film stuff in 2013 with the Sad Robber, but that was about it. In 2014, I was starting to upload Adult Swim stuff along with Tanami, and that same year, yes, we rebooted the Arturelia show. As for the dub, well, copyright issues, and in the end, I couldn't upload them, sadly. But yes, in 2014, that was basically it. Some of the Arturelia show episodes alongside Toonami and Adult Swim videos. In 2015, I started uploading panel videos from anime cons, which was one of the focus I would end up doing that year. And once in a while, still do, well, if I record them. But 2015 was going to be the mark of this channel's logo. This is when I decided, along with my mom, which liked the name, called Arturelia. The name stuck, and it sounded better than Arturelia. My mom ended up taking the picture of me and my sister, combining it and making a logo and wallpaper and avatar for the channel. This would be the icon from then and now. This was also the year I started doing video game reviews. While it was the start, my uncle made a better sheet on how to break down video game reviews, which in turn, I used the sheet and later changed it for anime and film reviews, and it worked. Through that year, I just uploaded entertainment content along with making entertainment stuff, like reviews. But around that time, I was filming a short World War II film, which also around that same time, I had my own separate channel I wanted to make called Arturelia Studio, which was going to be for original creations. But at the time, this was going to be a separate channel from the original. I was thinking the original would stick to entertainment while Arturelia Studio would stick to original content. The Sad Robber, along with the Duel video that I made, the first two that were up there, during that year, I was also working on Project Curse 27, which my dad gave me the idea for. While I would soon upload the trailer, which hinted coming soon, well, it didn't. And as of now, there's this moment, the production is a bit of a problem. Postponed. Around October, my cousin ended up joining me in some of the reviews. At that time, my sister was already making her Sally and Chica channel. In November of that year, my cousin and I started a new show called Video Game Room Discussions, Arturelia Video Game Room Discussions. Near the end of the year, I started doing Let's Plays for streaming on Twitch, and at the time, Hitbox. During that time, I wanted my sister to come back to the channel, which was my regret, coming back to bite me. In 2016, I was still doing my reviews and Let's Plays along with uploading entertainment content. At that time though, I was editing that short World War II film I made. It wouldn't be until April that I would finally release the short film called Guerrilla Heroes on the channel. At this stage, I was starting to mess around with Premiere Pro and After Effects. I believe After Effects. I don't know. Well, I will say Premiere Pro though. That same year, while releasing content, I did make my sister end up putting some, well, 2 episodes of Sally and Chica on the Arturelia Studio channel. While on Arturelia, uploading reviews, fun content, and discussions with my cousin. As time went on through 2016, I ended up making Top Stuff, which is the first video that would be a big hit. Top 10 shows and movies that aired on Toonami. In October, my cousin again wanted to do a discussion video, but not with games, film. And I myself wanted to add anime because, well, technically you just watch anime like films, so I was like, why not? So we did the first episode for Halloween that same year. Though by day's end, this discussion along with video game discussions will have a, well, let's just say it falls apart in the future. By the start of the year 2017, I knew I would dive into anime reviews. But not just that, knowing that the original channel had more views than Arturelia Studio, I decided to just combine the channel together as one and just be all Arturelia along with Arturelia Studio. That way I would deliver original content along with entertainment content on the channel. And thus, this is where it began for the channel in the future. I started with anime reviews first and then combined the channel into one. I would later make a fun documentary which has led me to start doing more as of now. 2017 was when I wanted to expand on original creation. I was already writing a story back in 2013, and also of different stories I had in mind through 2015. But this was a start for me in original creations. This would also be where I started to create the show, The Toy War. Throughout the year, I started to put out more entertainment content that I made alongside Toonami or gameplay videos. In June, I also started the comedy, which was in production, called He Said, She Said, about my grandparents talking about their stories with each other. One is exaggerating, the other may be telling the truth. The trailer went up in July, and the first episode premiered on that same month. Like I mentioned before, the Toy War was also in production, and later made a prologue for the show, which I was going to promote it for 2018. During the later part of 2017, I had an issue with copyright problems from Nintendo, which I deleted some Let's Plays and review videos and tried to re-upload them again and see what would happen. It didn't change anything. While I still continued uploading entertainment to promoting stuff, in October I would later start doing updates to keep people up to date on things I was doing at the time, and or what I would change. 2017 was the year that I started to struggle with how far I was, as the channel did expand, but I was spread out too far and wide. It was also that same time that I was trying to get my sister back to the channel. By May of 2018, I would later start doing film reviews while following the formula. It was a bit different from the other reviews I would do because they were quicker. Mostly games or animes, I did longer reviews, but films, they were only 4 to 5 minutes. Sadly, 2018 would be considered the year for the end of 2 entertainment shows that would just be back burners. And what I mean by back burners, I mean some that we won't be doing much of, unless we decide to do it. But it won't be a lot, which were the discussion videos with my cousin. On top of that, I started getting into Pose Pro to start doing animations for some of my future projects. The Toy War was one of them, and I uploaded some test videos on the channel. During the course and end of 2018, I wanted my sister to finally come back. My sister was already making her own original series called Sally and Chica. By the time 2018 came to an end, this is where it started to become something big for the channel, and the logo, Arturelia. Sadly though, in 2018, I couldn't deliver the promise of the Toy War coming out, due to, well, yes, time and still working on the project. Only 2 episodes were edited. Episode 3 and 4 were filmed, or was being filmed at the time. However, the rotoscoping for one of the episodes was a problem, and that's why I ended up pushing it back to 2019. But by the start of 2019, I did put out the first trailer for the Toy War, and later my sister finally allowed me to upload her series, Sally and Chica, as of her original creation being put on the channel. And this was great, because this is what we used to do when we shared our channel together 10 years ago. 2019 I knew would be a great 10-year anniversary to start making behind the scenes and history of this channel. But I would consider the channel's show name, the Arturelia Show, to now be a back burner, which I announced back in 2018. I did mention we would do a season 2, but it ended up not happening, where I was spread out too far and wide with so many things, reviews, top stuff, which top stuff I still want to get back into doing more of, but it's time and energy along with other projects, original content and entertainment content, but on top of that, photography. But I still to this day want to use the clones and the sad robber for references to things on some of the videos on the channel. In February, we started the Arturelia podcast with my friends participating. And as of now, while I've been looking into how to grow the channel, I have to say I would have to stop uploading copyrighted stuff. Less video game videos, and yes, Toonami or Adult Swim videos. Well, I was hesitant to figure out what I want to do about those. Delete them or keep them. Because from now on, it's just mostly going to be original content that we make, or I make, or entertainment content that we make, or I make. No more of the Toonami videos or Adult Swim videos, sadly. While I have gotten a lot of views from them, it's not going to get me anywhere. It's copyrighted stuff. So, as of now, I'm still figuring out if I want to delete these videos. But this is where we are now, 10 years today. I hope you enjoyed the history of this channel. There will be more behind the scenes in the future. Not every time, but once in a while. This is how our channel grew. Through the years, it was a struggle, bad things happened in life, and yes, I had issues with my OCD. On top of that, I now got a job at Cinemark. But we're still going strong. Anyways, peace